Giving all praise unto Yahweh Shema Shai Bashim Kohakodash, double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, and honors you brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. I'm the brother Ibodia, coming out here to give you this truth for the grace and mercy of Yahweh Shema Shai. Give me a relatively quick video. This guy here, Dwayne Wade, which is likened unto a gladiator of modern times, and that's his supposedly son here. You can see from the title that he's pretty much being used and is a part of the destruction of the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, more specifically the man, right, within the household. And we've done videos like this before where we've used him as the example for this negative left-hand behavior. And it's funny how you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, especially the black man, has become the poster child for the alternative lifestyle movement. And we all know that it goes back onto the buck breaking that the slave master used to do, onto the strongest, baddest, biggest Jake in the field. And the same thing continues right now until this day, to the end that the spirit of the average Negro, Hispanic, and Native American man is broken. And that's done deliberately. As we're going to see within the scriptures, the objective is to destroy the house of Jacob, right? To destroy the house of Israel. And you start with the men, right? You start with the men. You break the man down, and the whole culture falls apart, because as the word father within the Hebrew, which is Abba, lets you know, the man is the strength of the household. And if the man be compromised, whether it be the father, whether it be the son, the uncle, the nephew, once the man is compromised, well, there's no hope for that particular family. And it's funny because you see these Jakes out here, right? These Jakes that sold their soul to make money, and now they become the poster child. It's funny how, I forget my train of thought, but it's, you see how they use it being used as like the poster child, right? They're being used as the poster for this movement. So where's Jake? You don't really see too many Edomites, and you know Esau's already about the alternative lifestyle, but you don't really see them like pushing hard like how these guys are doing. And they're gonna tie this, and they have tied it in the past, to the so-called BLM movement, which when brothers checked out the BLM movement, they went on the website. What did it say? It was all about destroying the patriarchy. So here you had this gladiator shooting from the free, 3-point line, dunking from the free throw line, right? Grunting and howling after he dunked on the guy. You thought he was the symbol of masculinity about 15 years ago. And then you see the next generation is totally given over onto Baal, right? The next generation is totally compromised. This is what's happening out here within this society. This is what they want for the Negro, Hispanic, and Native American man, right? An effeminized, alternative lifestyle individual, to the end that the man is going to be destroyed, because the man is the strength of the household, right? A culture begins within the household, right? A man gets with a woman, right? They further their legacy by having children. They are following the laws, statutes, commandments of the Heavenly Father. Well, guess what? The children was going to follow the laws, statutes, commandments of the Heavenly Father. And so too, when they have children, they was going to do the same thing. And the cycle repeats. That's how culture is built. But see, when the second generation is broken down, like you can see here, I mean, that's like, man, there's steps that's been missed to get to that point. Okay? That's like a fast track to the alternative lifestyle, man. They don't fast track this dude. They did the same thing. Let me see if I can pull this guy up. All right, they did the same thing with this guy, Magic Johnson. Right, this is supposed to be, and he was probably a flamer. He was probably a flamer. Right, he was probably a flamer. because he had that particular venereal disease, and that disease was going around um the flamer community. Now this is supposed to be his son, right? And again, we did videos like this before. We did videos like this before. But it's funny, Esau could be a flamer. He ain't gonna go out like this in public. Like, if he goes out like this in public, you know that he's got problems within his mind. But Jake is out there in the forefront of this, pushing this like this is normal. Okay? Oh, somebody did that. That's fantastic. The spirit. See how the spirit works, man. Hey, the spirit's heavy. The spirit's heavy. That's gonna have to be the caption of the video. So these were like two gladiators within the past. So if he's accepting of it, right? Funny how Magic Johnson's son kind of looks like Dr. Dre's wife. Food for thought. Yeah, check out Dr. Dre's wife, and then you look at this picture. You're like, oh, hold on a minute. What's Dr. Dre on? Right? So you Jakes out here, man. You Jakes out here. You're gonna be destroyed, right, for destroying your children and destroying the community at large, right? Let's get some precepts, because this is an agenda, right? This is a movement that the Red Hebrew Edomite is trying to impose upon our culture, upon our people. Let's go to Psalms 147 and 19. Psalms 147. Psalms 83. Psalms the 83rd chapter. And the second verse, it says, "For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. They that hate thee have lifted up their head. They've taken crafty," and that's crafty. That's proper crafty counsel. Because when the little kids, right, they're looking at these images, they get indoctrinated. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, "Come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance." And that's it, man. That's it, man. When these things are happening, the males are being destroyed, and subsequently the whole family is destroyed, and then subsequently the whole nation is destroyed. So that's the video, man. That I'm gonna say, oh, praise unto Yahweh, HaKodash, the appointment unto the apostles of Great Millstone, and honest you brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity. Shalom.